Despite the revenue raised by the Sugar Act, the British financial situation continued to spiral out of control. In 1765, the average taxpayer in England paid 26 shillings per year in taxes, while the average colonist only paid 1.5 shillings. Prime Minister Grenville thought that American colonists should bear a heavier tax load, which he ended up creating and passing the Stamp Act in March 1765 that required Americans to buy special watermark paper for newspaper and all other legal documents, and violators of this act faced juries trials just as under the Sugar Act. William Pitt was the colonists' greatest defender in England. He argued that colonists could not be taxed without representation of Parliament. Grenville and his followers claimed that they agreed with Pitt and that colonists were represented in Parliament, even though they did not elect any other members. He claimed that Americans shared the same status as British males who did not have enough property to be granted to vote, or who lived in certain large areas that had no seats in Parliament. He claimed that all of these people were virtually represented in Parliament. The theory of virtual representation held that members of Parliament did not only represent their specific supporters, but rather than they took the contribution of well-being of all British subjects with deliberating on a decision. Eventually, in late May 1765, Patrick Henry persuaded the Virginia House of Burgesses to adopt several stronger worded resolutions. The Virginia resolves, as they are known today, were passed on May 30th, 1765, and denied Parliament's rights to tax the colonists under the Stamp Act. Word of word of Henry's resolves spread throughout the colonies, taking on several dramatic embellishments. In many cases, by the end of the year, 8 other colonies have adopted similar positions.